back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Maddie, and today I will be sharing my TBR for round 6 of the Contemporary-A-Thon. How long has it been since I've talked about books? I want to say at least half a year. It has been so long, but that's also because I haven't been reading at all. I have not read a book since April of last year, and honestly I've been really missing it. I've recently been thinking about reading lately and how much I just want to pick up a book again, so I'm gonna do it. And I just found out today that the Contemporary-A-Thon is going on. It is the second day of the readathon and I just heard about it, so I am very late on the game for this one. I still wanted to do a TBR though and talk about the books that I hope to read during this readathon, so we're still gonna do this TBR anyway. So yeah, I really hope I'll get some reading done this week, and hopefully the books that I read this week will spark my need to read again and I'll get back into the reading cycle. It's just because, as a lot of you know, I've been getting really into anime, so that's kind of been a distraction from reading for me. I haven't been able to focus on reading, but I need to find a way to balance anime and books because I really want to be able to enjoy both, but the thing is I can only ever direct my attention to one thing at a time, so that's not something I've been successful with at all, but I hope that here on out I'll be able to balance the both of them. But we're going to start here with this readathon, and I just hope it'll move me to pick up some books. There are challenges for this readathon, and I picked a book for each challenge, but of course I'm not going to get to all these books. But in the case that I do get to all these books, again, very unlikely, I still will mention seven books that fit each challenge. So why don't we get started with challenge number 1, which is to read a book that has green on the cover. So I chose Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This one has been on my TBR since 2017 when it came out, so it's about time I read this one already. It's one of the only books I brought with me to Texas. I actually brought it with me because I was going to read it on my plane right here, but that didn't end up happening, so it's just been sitting in my room just waiting to be read because it's only one of the only books that I have with me. So this one is about a girl who has anxiety or social anxiety, which I can relate to, and she is the writer of a webcomic, and at school she meets this guy who writes fan fiction for her webcomic, so it's their whole love story. It sounds super cute, so I've been really looking forward to reading it. Might get to it this week, hopefully, we will see, but it's one of the top books I've been really excited about. The next challenge is to read a book that is by a new to you author. A lot of the books on my TBR can fit this challenge because I'm reading some books or trying to read some books on this TBR that are by authors I have not read before. This one is one I picked out for this challenge specifically, and that is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, whom is an author I have never read before, so I've been really wanting to read this one for about maybe a year or two. I can't remember how long it's been out. I think it came out in 2018, so it's been a while. This one has been on my TBR for quite a while, and this one, if I can remember, I think it's about these two teens who exchange numbers when they first meet, but then they don't meet again, but they keep up through texting, so it sounds really cute. I can't remember if it's a young adult or new adult. I actually think it might be new adult, which I love new adult books, so I'm totally on board with that. So yeah, I hope to read this one this week. Challenge number 3 is to read a diverse book, so I chose another book, one of the few books that I actually own, and that is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. This book has Asian representation in it, so it's very diverse in that way, and my mom has been recommending this series to me for quite a while. I did watch the movie with her because she loves the movie, so she wanted me to watch it with her, and she read all the books too, and I did really enjoy the movie, so I want to give this series a try, especially because my mother keeps on hyping it up to me, and hopefully I'll enjoy the book as much as I like the movie. And if I like the first book, I will for sure continue on with the trilogy, but we're going to start here. The next challenge is to read a backlist book. So this is a book that's been on your TBR for a year or more. And I have quite a lot of books that can fit this category. I have so many books on my TBR that have been on my TBR for over a year and I just have not gotten to them. The one I picked for this challenge though is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, one of my favorite authors. I have not read a book by her in quite a long time. I think the last book I read by her was Maybe Not. That was last year. One of the last books I read before I went on my reading slump. So I've been really craving a book by her. This one I've heard from, I remember hearing last year from a lot of people that it's one of their, if not their favorite Colleen Hoover books. So this one is very hyped up and let's just hope that it meets my expectations because I have high expectations since it's very hyped up. I can't quite remember what it's about, but I'm excited to read it anyway because so many people like it and it's their favorite Colleen Hoover book, so I'm really looking forward to it. The next challenge is to read a dark or hard-hitting contemporary, so I picked out another Colleen Hoover book and that is Too Late. This one is another one I cannot remember what it's about, but all I know is that it is very dark. It's her darkest book I've heard, so I don't quite know what to expect. Her books can be dark, all of them can, but people have pointed out that this is her darkest, so I'm a little worried. I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting into, but honestly, I do like dark books. I do like reading them occasionally, so maybe I'll end up liking this one. We'll just see. The next challenge is to read a book that has an illustrated cover. So this one is a reread actually, and that is Fruits Basket Another Volume 1. I haven't reread all 3 books in this series, but the reason I want to reread it is because I want to review this series, do a video review on it. I planned to do that recently. However, it's been quite a while since I went back into this series. I read Volume 3 like a few months ago because it had just come out, but I had not read the other 2 in, I want to say, a year, so I feel like there are some little things that I have forgotten, so I really want to go back into it, refresh my memory on everything that happens before reviewing it so I can give a very concise review that reflects my recent memories on this series. I don't want to just do a review and go into it not remembering anything, so that's why I'm just rereading it to remember everything, and then I want to do a video review on it too. So I should finish Volume 1 to maybe even tonight, or at least no later than tomorrow, because I have started it today already and I have read through chapter 1 and that's the chapter I'm on right now. So I think I can read this one really quickly, like in one sitting, because it's a manga. It's very short. So I am actually excited to read the series all over again. It's a spin-off to the Fruits Basket series, if you didn't know, and it's a really good series. I would recommend it, especially if you are a major fan like me of Fruits Basket. And the last challenge is to read a book that's beloved by someone in the book community, which this is a great challenge. So I went on the hunt for contemporary recommendations from booktubers. So I picked this book out from Gabby Reads on YouTube. She did a video on her favorite books of 2019, and this is a contemporary book that was on her list for the #1 spot for her favorite book of 2019. So I thought it was a good choice, and it's a book that I've actually been on the lookout for. I've actually been really planning to read this one ever since last year, and that is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I have read Christina Lauren's, is it the Beautiful Bastard series? I think that's what it's called. The first book is Beautiful Bastard, and that's a series that I like. I didn't love it, but it was alright. But either way, I do want to try out this one. This one is about these 2 characters who I think they're the brother and sister. One's the brother of the groom, I think, of a wedding, and the sister is the sister of the bride. And everyone at the wedding gets food poisoning, including the bride and the groom. So the bride and the groom can't go on their honeymoon, but the only people who don't get sick are the groom's brother and the bride's sister. So the bride and groom give them their tickets are the okay for them to take their place and go on the honeymoon they were supposed to go on, and these two actually hate each other, so they are stuck on this vacation together even though they hate each other. And I'm assuming that they grow closer during this vacation, and that's where their romance starts. I am a sucker for hate to love romances, so that's why I'm very excited to read this one. So hopefully it's good. It's going to be probably one of the books that I will get to during this week because I've been really, really excited to read it. So that is my TBR. I do want to mention the books that I'm going to prioritize. So my goal is to read at least 2 books because I am getting back into reading after not reading for almost a year. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself. If I get to 1 book and finish 1 book, then that'll be awesome. I, of course, am going to finish Fruits Basket and Nibbler, and I think I'll be able to fly through this one. And let's see, I'm going to pick 2 more books that I really want to get to. I think I'm going to put the Honeymooners because I definitely, like I said, do want to read that one. And I'm going to say probably Eliza and Her Monsters because this book has been on my TBR for way too long and I really want to get to it. So probably this one. And also these challenges I can double up for a lot of the books on my TBR and can do double challenges on them. So like this one, green on the cover, and it's also a new to me author. It's a backlist book. It's been on my TBR for over a year. It has a partially illustrated cover, so that probably can also count. So, I mean, there's a lot of challenges I can double up on with the books on my TBR, so I can also complete a lot of challenges with that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my TBR. Let me know if you are participating in this readathon, what books you'll be reading, and I hope you enjoyed another book-related video from me. I know it's been so long since I've done anything related to BookTube, but I really missed it. So BookTube videos, if I do end up getting into reading again eventually, they will be something I'll do every once in a while, but I do still want to stick to doing anime related videos because I just really, really love doing anime YouTube. So I'm gonna balance both, but this is primarily an anime YouTube now, which I'm totally okay with, but I do think I'd love to do book-related videos every once in a while. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime-related videos and anime reactions, and like I said, book-related videos occasionally. We'll just see how that goes if I get back into reading again. So I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.